what's going on? Whatever they kind of were claiming and everybody was hoping, the reverse happened, right? All right, folks, there's 5 points. How did we even get to that? What are we even actually talking about? All right, so we have to go back and we have to dissect exactly point by point. I have 5 points, right? You will be actually surprised. You will be stunned of what is dividing the actual reality from what is happening, right? And obviously everybody has their own life, taking their own advice, looking for best ways of moving forward. Congratulations. But let's look at something else here. All right, so Bank of Canada rates not coming down again, right? So this is the new statement that they are coming up with now, right? So they were saying like, look, we're going to have a couple of rate cuts. Then we're not going to have, we're going to have 2 rate cuts, and now we're not going to have any rate cuts, right? So this is what is happening currently at the moment, but that changes things. That changes things a lot, right? Because whoever wanted to buy or whoever wanted to sell, trade, invest, changes how they're perceiving and making next moves, right? But let's go back to 2020. In 2020, they said rates will stay low for a long period of time, right? So Tiff McLean promised extended low interest rates, right? You remember that in 2020. Everyone was glued to their TV and obviously news and all of that stuff. And they were making decisions based on that, right? Even though some people that I spoke to said like, look, man, interest rates are low and will remain low, but not for a long period of time. And here's why. Because economically it doesn't make any sense, right? So they cannot afford it to leave it at that low forever, right? And things will change, right? But everybody else is saying, well, look, man, who are you to tell me? Because the people on top are telling me otherwise. They're telling me I'm safe, basically. So I'm going to make the moves according to that. All right, so let's move on. 2021, inflation is transitory, which means inflation is just for a short period of time. It's going to transition and we're good to go. So Bank of Canada said inflation was temporary. Reality, worst inflation spike since the 1970s in 2021. And we have seen that, right? How did we see it? We saw it on the gas stations. We saw it in the grocery stores. We saw it everywhere. They're saying, no, we're at the lows and here and there. Boom. The next morning you went to the gas station, went up by 50 cents or something like that, right? Let's move further. 2023. They're saying soft landing ahead, all right? They predicted stable unemployment with a gentle slowdown, right? Reality, unemployment jumped 50% since then, 50%. And it wasn't a slow fall, it was a drainy, hard halt, right? If you were trading in 2023, interest rates skyrocketed, and we have seen what happened, basically, right? Move on. 2024, rates will stay higher for longer. Now they say high rates are here to stay. But reality, that was 2024. But reality, rates already dropped by 2.25%. That's 34% reversal from the peak. Imagine that for a second. We went through that. You were around last year in 2024, right? Overnight, it seemed like they were cutting at a lightning speed. They were cutting these interest rates, right? So, what's going on? Whatever they kind of were claiming and everybody was hoping, the reverse happened, right? But people make their decisions, their life changing decisions and moments based on data, based on news, based on everything else. So please try to look, on the other side where the glass is half empty. Don't always look at the half glass full, right? Picture, because you're always going to feel good about yourself. But check this out, and this is real time. If you're around, this is real time data, and you know exactly what happened here. So who's accountable? That's the real question here. Who is? Well, if the central bank and major economists miss every major call, who do they actually listen to, or what is going on? I mean, how can you miss? I understand that economics, it's not a small gig. Like it's complex, but you cannot miss every single year for almost every single major statement out there. You know what I mean? So it goes to show me, yes, listen to it, decipher the information, try to get more information. Don't just absorb it and make a decision. So Google it, search it, GPT it, watch YouTube videos, you know what I mean? Talk to your neighbors, talk to everybody. Let's see the bottom line of a story. What is it? And then make a decision when you have the half glass full and half glass empty. I think it's the best decision made when you know both sides. So real world consequences. Canadian made life altering decisions, as I have mentioned, based on the advice, buying homes, refinancing, reinvesting, and all of the other stuff that's involved with that. Media echo chamber. So mainstream media repeats Bank of Canada forecasts without question, right? So by the time the truth hits the deadline, the damage is already done. And yes, okay, so, the mainstream media reports whatever was said. I mean, nothing wrong with that. If they're saying it, they're gonna, headline it and we move forward. So it's not just about economics. It's about that credibility, right? And you have to first build it with yourself, right? Like you have to build that. What does my gut say? And most of the time, your gut will lie to you, right? Sometimes it will not, like because you can feel what's going on. But it is good to even check on your gut. That's why your gut is telling you, listen, verify information. You've been in these situations where you thought, oh my gosh, that someone maybe is a scammer, or that alley or that path is not the right way to go. I'm sure you've been, on a vacation and they're approaching you, the way what they say, how they behave. Oh my gosh, like they're gonna steal my wallet in another 5 seconds if I remain here. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things where, yes, gut is fine, but you have to take action, right? If your gut is telling you, hey, listen, they're about to steal your wallet and you're still standing in the same spot, the chances are they will steal your wallet and you will not know that they did, right? So just move, walk, change, right? Change the scenery. Try to look at it from the other side. All right, so I hope you got some value out of this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.